Hey everyone, welcome to another video. My name is Lori and welcome to my life and my channel today. So today is Talk About It Tuesday. Okay guys, there's a few little things that I want to cover. First, if you do not know me, my name is Lori. I am legally blind, so you're going to see me do things a little differently. I have lots of light, different glasses depending on how my eyes are acting. It could be a power of 5 all the way up to power of 10. I use my iPad, my iPhone, and I use this machine back here. It's called a CCTV. So it helps me to be able to look at products or read if my eyes are having a good day. Completely blind in the left eye, and the right eye I see shapes, colors, and light. I also use a white cane, so if that helps you kind of understand. So today is Talk About It Tuesday. So my topic for today is traveling. So I thought you guys might want to get up to date on some of what I am doing. We did travel to Chicago to go into Indiana during my mother-in-law's illness and passing, and we stopped in Chicago. I have never been there ever, and so we stopped in there and went downtown for 20 minutes. I took some video and some pictures, which I will post in here so you can see or insert what I was seeing in Chicago. It was pretty interesting. It was, of course, huge with big buildings and all that kind of thing, but I don't normally go to places like that. So it was exciting to at least get to go there, and I would love to get to spend a few days there. So I will insert the pictures. One of the times we went up, we flew, and that is when we went through Chicago. The second time we went up for the funeral, we drove from Arkansas to Indiana. So usually about a 10.5, 11 hour drive at least. And so I traveled well. As most of you know, I have a lot of health issues. So I have to stop quite frequently while we are on a long trip, but I only stopped one time. So I was really proud. In 11 hours, I only stopped one time. And no, I didn't sleep the whole time. So let me fix this just a tiny bit. You know, it's really hard. I can kind of see like the difference in coloring. I can't see that I'm there, but I'm looking for coloring against my shirt. So the next vacation we are going on a cruise. So we are going on the Allure of the Seas, which is a Royal Caribbean ship. Now, we have been on this ship before. I'm not sure which year it is. If I look it up, I'll put it in here, you know, in the space. I'm having blur today, guys, so brain fog is bad. So we are going on the Allure. That is the biggest ship that we've ever been on, and pretty much that's one of the biggest ships in the world. So I'm gonna give you guys just a little bit of some information on this ship so you can kind of get an idea. Now I'm gonna read it off of my iPad. So you're gonna see me look down and then back up. I will try to cut out as much as I can so you don't have to watch that part. I'm going to also enlarge. I'm gonna show you guys. This is what I'm doing. Can you see that? So the Apple iPad makes it possible for me to make things that big. So the Allure of the Seas was first launched on 8/1/2010. So it is 12 years old, which is pretty much a brand new ship. Let's see. It was refurbished in 2015. So of course they make, you know, up to date. It could be decor wise. It could be like internet wise. They went in and and put in a higher speed of internet or just something like that. Did a little makeover in 2015. Okay, let's see what the tonnage is. So the tonnage is 225,282 GRTs. So I'm thinking that's gross. Not sure what that stands for. I'll put it here. Okay, so the next, okay, guest capacity. So let me tell you a little bit about guest capacity. Normally when I go on a ship like out of Galveston, it's, I think the biggest one out of Galveston I went on was probably 3,000 people. They don't normally have these mega ships in Galveston. They built a new port, so it is now accessible for bringing in those large ships. This is the first sailing, basically, is coming in October. I'm not going then, but it's moving from its home right now into Galveston for its home. Usually they can stay there for years. I don't know how long it's going to stay. Guest capacity is 5,402. 2,115 is the crew capacity. So it is 1,187 feet long by 213 feet. It says the draft is 30. The speed is 22.6K, which stands for knots. Its officer is Norwegian. So it says international cuisine at the restaurants. And it is, Liberia is where it's registered. So that's some interesting things. I'm gonna put some of the pictures in here so you'll see. Let me get down to public areas and I can kind of tell you what else they have on board. This is a mega ship. I will tell you that it has neighborhoods. Like there's a Central Park neighborhood, so like you can stroll down Central Park and it's got all live plants and it looks like Central Park. You know, you have all the restaurants and little stores, high-end stores and things like that. So they also have a boardwalk where it's like the rides. There is a carousel. I will insert a picture of me on the carousel when it was just my husband and I going. This time our friends are going from Texas, so there'll be 4 of us going. It'll be super fun. They also have, in that boardwalk area, they have a hot dog place. They have, what is that other? They have those little horses that you sit on, kind of like they go back and forth. So they have they have like a diner, an old-fashioned diner, and for some reason the brain fog is there. So let me see. Under bars and lounges, so there's bars and lounges. There is a concierge lounge. There is a disco nightclub. There is a library. There's a specialty coffee shop. Okay. And there is a wine and champagne bar. So what else do they have? Okay, entertainment and nightlife. So they have bars and lounges. They have Broadway and Las Vegas shows. So, you know, it's kind of like going to a Broadway show, but it's a cruise Broadway show. So some are good, some are bad. Depends on the ship and the brand that you're on, like Royal Caribbean versus Carnival. Carnival is more of a party ship, and it is more of a less expensive ship probably to go on. I think Royal Caribbean has better food, and I also think they have better entertainment. They do have comedy clubs, karaoke, disco nightclub, and pool deck parties. So plenty of things to do. They have a business center and a conference room. They do have a private dining room and Wi-Fi. You have to pay for. I'll explain that. So they do have in-room satellite, Wi-Fi, and there is an internet center. So they do have things for children. So I think it's 6 months and above that you can actually bring a child on board. But they do have, it says age group special, specific to their age group. There is a video arcade, and there's a lot of adults that play in there too. That is not free. So if you have a kid or someone has a kid with them, you want them to use the arcade, you can put money on their card, you know, because everybody has what they call a C-Pass, and you can put money on that and they can use that to play. And when they're out of money, they're out of money. They do have children play areas. They have a separate children's pool. They have a dedicated teen center. Family stateroom, so you could actually stay in a room that's attached to another room, or you can stay in a 2-bedroom room so your kids are in a separate area than you. They have flow riders. If nobody knows what a flow rider is, it is a surfing simulation. So the water is coming down and you start on it like a hill, and then you kind of drop down a little and you just stay in that area and try to stay on the board. Some people do it standing up, some people do it on their knees. It doesn't matter. But once the board is gone, it's gonna suck you kind of back up, and you just gotta be careful. I've never did it. I have too many health issues, but my husband has definitely did it. So they do offer group babysitting. And this ship has an ice skating rink. So they do ice skating shows, and you've got to book all those things early, actually before you even leave. But on, I don't know if it's sea days or port days, I'll have to look that up. You can go in there and it's open for like a 2-hour period, and you can go skate. Now you have to make sure that you're in long pants. So make sure you bring a pair of long pants if you determine you want to do any of the ice skating. They have a miniature golf course, which I always say I'm going to do and I never get to it. So I need to do that this time. They also have private babysitting. They have, let's see, they have a rock climbing wall, which is, I don't know, 30 feet up or so. It's pretty high. And they have a sports center. So they do have where you can play basketball and things like that. But there's a big, what do you call that? Like big netting all around the basketball court, so you know the ball doesn't go out. There is a teen disco, and they have teen staff workers. They also have youth. It says youth staff, and they have a zip line. Okay, so let me explain the layout. So the middle of the ship is pretty much caved out. So you have part of it here, I'll put pictures, and part of it over here, okay? So inside, well, outside, you're looking at the water on both sides. Now, if you get a cabin that is a balcony Central Park or a balcony boardwalk, it's facing it inside. So you're going to be facing and looking down at either Central Park or at the boardwalk. So I did, or actually we all decided to do a Central Park room. So we're facing out to the trees, the vegetation, the sounds of birds and, you know, crickets and things. So that's going to be awesome to do. But there is a zip line that goes between the two sides. I think it's boardwalk because there's two heights, you know, for Central Park, and below that is boardwalk. And I think it's at boardwalk, but I could be completely wrong. It could be Central Park. But I can zip line from one end of the boat to the other. And I've already done it. So if I could find the footage for that, I bet you I can link the video because I have a video where I'm zip lining and it's on that ship that we're going on. You got to take chances, guys. Got to take chances. So they offer a chapel there. There's concierge. There's dry cleaning. So usually they'll leave like a bag saying your first clothing set is free, and then you pay for each additional piece after that. And of course, there are elevators, and there is a infirmary or doctor's office with nursing and a doctor. So do know though that they don't take insurance, so you would pay up front and then send it to your insurance company if it qualifies, and you get paid for it back. And that's what I did. I actually got a bladder or kidney infection on board a couple of years ago. And so I went down to there. They were wonderful, took care of me great. I got my antibiotics and it was good. And then my insurance paid me back for it. Okay, let's see. So they do have several pools. There's a section in, I think it's the front of the ship on this one, where it is called the solarium. It is for, I think it's 18 and older. It used to be 16, but I think they moved it to 18 and older. Inside that area, it's a little bit quieter than in the main area, but they still have some music going. And they have 2 hot tubs and a pool, and that's all for adults only, which is something I love to do. I have my kids or grandkids when I'm at home, and all that's good. But when I'm on vacation, it's nice to have that no kid thing going on. So they do have a pool and 2 hot tubs there. There are 3 other pools on the main deck. One's a beach, one's a sports pool, and one's a, can't remember. There's 3 though. And then there's a kids pool, which has like a splash zone in it. So there's lots of pools. No, these pools are tiny. I would tell you that. Some of them aren't even the size that you would have in your backyard, or they're the size you would have in your backyard. So everybody just is, you know, really close to each other. I just like to be able to jump in and rinse off when I get too hot. So they do have a couple different ways of getting food. Most food is free, but there are some that are not. So you have the dining rooms. Okay, so you have usually 2 kinds of dining room. You have where you have a set time, like either at 5 or at 8, and you pick that time, and that's what time you eat all week. Or you have my time, which is what we do because we never know what time we want to eat. So if you're off on a port and you need to be back at dinner by 5, you know, sometimes I don't want to do that. So we do my time. You go in, you tell them you're ready, and then they text you and tell you there's a table for you. So there's a wait. Sometimes we'll just sit at the bar and have a drink before dinner. They also have the buffet. So their buffet has always been better when it comes to gluten-free food than Carnival. Now I haven't gotten sick, but they don't have a designated area for gluten-free where Royal Caribbean does, and they're actually serving it so nobody's touching their stuff to your stuff and cross-contaminating. But I know on the last Royal Caribbean we went on, which was Liberty of the Seas out of Galveston, they had a little area buffet and it had like a steak, pork chops, chicken, and then it had rice, potatoes, and veggies or something like that. So I could always get something and not be scared to eat. And also they have a pizza place. It's called Sorrento's. They have gluten-free pizza. I've eaten there a lot and it's awesome. So those are my 2 quick fixes of things I can eat. They also have a Johnny Rockets. I think it's only like a $5 upcharge. And they have those old-fashioned malts and milkshakes and burgers and fries and all that kind of thing. I don't normally go there because they don't have anything gluten-free. So let's see what else we got that I can tell you about. Okay. There is a card room where you can go into and play cards. And sometimes they have competitions that are in there. They have a casino, but as you know, that is up to you and whatever you want to spend in the casino. Okay, they do have a movie theater. Usually they have pretty new films that they're showing in there. I'm not sure if that's an upcharge. That might be an upcharge. I don't know for sure. I've never done it. They also do a art auction, and they do that on every ship of any kind. So they have a lot of art in there, and they have an art studio, and you can go in and people have their art up there, and you can bid on it at an art auction to win if there's something in there that you really love. So the spa, I have been to the spa quite a bit. I do my deep tissue massages there. It definitely helps my pain. So things that they do are acupuncture. They have a beauty salon. They are a full service spa. They do health and nutrition evaluations. They do med spa services, yoga, and there's a sauna steam room there. So they are an accessible ship. They have accessible gaming, accessible public areas, accessible showrooms, staterooms, tendering. Let's see. Auditory assistance. Okay, so they have a TTY or a TTD. Braille signage around the ship. Closed caption TV. Decks that have ramps for wheelchair. Elevators. They also have oxygen. They have a pool lift. They have visual assistance. I'm not sure what they assist with. I always go with people, so I do have my white cane that I use on board, and especially when I have to use the bathroom, if I'm at the pool, I use my cane to teach myself where to go to. So in the gym, they do offer aerobics, fitness center and gym, health and nutrition evaluating, ice skating, jogging track, and Pilates. They do the rock climbing wall, the sauna, sports court, weightlifting, and yoga. So that is the ship in a nutshell. I'm going to put pictures here and there in this video so that you can see kind of a little bit about the ship. I think the running track is on deck 5 maybe, and it runs all the way around the ship, and I think it's like 3 times around is a mile. So that's always awesome to have. A lot of people just do walking on that, and that's probably what I would do. I need to start my walking, and I'm not going for a while. So if you guys have any questions, though, after I'm all done with this Talk About It Tuesday, I just thought I would keep you up to date on what's going on. The other trip that I will be going out on is I'm going to be flying to California. And yes, I do fly by myself. I just have to have a guide that will take me to my gate. They will pick me up at the airport or wherever we land and take me to my next gate, because usually I think I go into Dallas a lot. Sometimes I go into Las Vegas or Phoenix. Those are like the 3 main ones that I trade aircraft in. So I will be doing that, and then I'll stay for about 10 days and then come home. So everybody lives there in the town I grew up in. So my mom and dad, that's who I will stay with. My sister, her husband, my nieces. I have 2 brothers there. So it's always a great time to catch up and see family. You know, it's been a tough year for me, and I'm excited to get to see them. I don't want to take it for granted that people will always be there, because they won't. And that's a lesson learned this year. So take the time out to visit with people that you love. And that's what I'm going to do. So that's my travel news for today. Figure we could talk about it, right? Any comments down below? Let me know if you have any questions about the ship we are going on. I'll do my best to try and put as many pictures in as I can. And if you are not subscribed, subscribe down below. I do more than unboxings. This is my life. This is how I live my life as a visually impaired person or legally blind person, and what it entails: shopping blind, travel, vlogging, videos about my blindness, just a little bit of everything. So hit that subscribe, hit the bell to be notified when I put out videos, and that is usually every day. And also, guys, hit that like button. That helps me a lot. That's it for now, guys. Love you guys, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.